Man, what's good? I go by Digital Crates. Everybody calls me Crates. I'm representing for HipHopSince1987.com. We really just keep it real. We like to follow real young talent and big them up. Give you all y'all flowers while you're early in the game. And you're an artist the last couple of years that's been literally on fire, like song after song, video after video, 2 projects in a year. I want to get into all of it. But for the people that aren't tapped into what you got going on yet, maybe you could just tell them your name and where you're from.
I'm JaahSLT. Yeah, I'm from Charlotte, North Carolina.
Yes, sir. North Carolina, man, is hot. Hot the last couple of years. It's a lot of talent there. What separates you from other artists that's coming out of North Carolina?
I couldn't tell you. I feel like I'm just different, but I feel like everybody else thinks they different. So I would just say that.
No, you definitely a different type of artist. You got real heavy, 808 banging beats, but you got flows. Like you really a rapping rapper. It's not a lot of auto tune, if any. You know what I mean? It's just like a lot of raps, a lot of flows. The videos, it's all consistent. For people that haven't like really jumped into what you got going on yet, how would you describe your art and your music other than it just being different?
It's quality, because I really take my time. Like, I'm not the type of dude that'll be in the studio all night. Like if I'm in the studio all night, I have songs that I've already ready to record, but like I don't just go into the studio and be like, man, we finna just punch in a day. Like I usually have my beats, like my beats the beat gotta be perfect. And then my lyrics gotta be something. I wanna have at least some type of catchy bars or something in there that you feel me, you can relate to.
Yeah, and you got just so many bars, so many flows. When you're in the studio, what's like your typical session like? Like how many tracks do you aim to knock out usually?
Really one. I usually do one, maybe 2 at the max, because when I scream a lot, I lose my voice. So it's like I could do multiple songs, but the songs won't sound as clean because I don't have enough voice. So typically just one song.
Yeah. And how's that balance go? Like I know your flows are typically pretty smooth, but then your ad-libs are crazy. Like how do you get on that level to like get those screams out, how to get that vibe going?
Like how I'm talking right now, you wouldn't expect me to make the music I do. So I guess it's just built up aggression that I have from just sitting here. And that's the only time I freestyle ad-libs, because I just don't know. And I just start screaming and it just hits. So for me, I light my fun up and then we finna just start screaming.
That's crazy. And how does it go with beat selection? Like you said that you make beats. Do you typically rap over your own beats, or do you like look for producers? Do producers reach out to you? How does that production process go down?
I get beats from other producers. I have a couple songs I put out by me. One of my songs, Rent Free, I did that. It's really both. I'm not gonna say I don't do other people's beats, because most people's beats is hard. You feel me?
Yeah.
And I get some type of inspiration from them. But when it comes to my beats, the 808 gotta hit. No kicks. I hate kicks. Don't put no kicks on my stuff. It just throws off the whole. I need them it, and I need the beat to sound like I've never heard it before, because most of the time these producers will get a loop that's pretty much already been out, and I've heard this loop before, and then they'll just use that.
Yeah, and it's like you're the 808s. I guess it's part of your signature, we could say, just the way that those drums knock. I don't know if that comes from where you're from, like how you got your style, but maybe you could talk about it, like how you worked up to getting to the sound you're at now. Like, what was that process like?
When I was in high school, people like Young Thug and Future and all them. So I was in high school from 2014 to 2018, and they were like kind of up, but rap wasn't like on top as it is now.
Yeah.
So, and I would listen to a whole bunch of underground. That's when all the Smoke Perps and Lil Pumps, and like, it's crazy to say it, but like Lil Pump and all them. And when they came out, I ain't never heard no 808s like that.
Yeah,
I was just
none of us did. Yeah.
Feel me? I was just amazed, like how just one simple 808 can change the whole song. Like the whole song could have the same loop, but as long as them 808s hit, you feel me? And I just been in love with that stuff. And I've just always liked the 808s. Like when Splurge first came out, I was on Splurge heavy and all that.
Yeah, like you said, from like 2018 until now, music has really changed. And you're definitely an artist, I think, that represents that change. Like I could definitely call you like leader of this kind of new 808 movement. I don't know if we even have a name for it, But what you're doing is so signature, and all your tracks are consistent. Just about everything I've heard is like, okay, this is an SLT track. Like you got a signature sound. Do you ever experiment? Like, do you ever try anything else when you're in the studio? Like, how far off that path do you ever get?
I'm versatile, but I don't step out of my zone. You feel me? Like I'll try
Yeah,
some stuff. I won't go in. I won't. I stay in my lane. I'm not gonna do some singing, auto tuning stuff. You feel me? I might sing or harmonize, but I'm not
yeah,
gonna. I don't know. I really don't be doing too much of that. My girl bought me a little mic, so I guess I would do all that at my house.
yeah,
In the studio, I treat that as like work time. I'm
yeah,
not trying to BS it. You feel me?
yeah.
And I'm trying to get this done because this will put money on the table, and I'm not trying to waste my money that I'm paying for. You feel me? For my studio time, I ain't trying
Yeah.
to waste that.
Yeah, it's always best to work with intent. When you work with intent, you treat it like a job, it's going to pay you back. But in 2021, it's crazy, right? It's so much more than music, especially with social media. TikTok is crazy. How do you balance all your time? Like, how does that go between regular life, music, studio vibes, social media? Like, how do you find the time to balance everything that's going on?
Well, just recently, I gave my account to my marketing team,
Mm,
so all I do is post memes. Like, you feel me? I don't. I'm a meme guy. I like posting
yeah,
funny. That's really all I do, or just make beats. But like on the social media side, I don't really. I'm not really pressed on the social media. Like whenever I use social media, it's for funny stuff or I'm promoting something. But like, I don't know. I really don't like TikTok. I don't use TikTok. I don't use Twitter. I really just use Instagram
yeah.
and I YouTube mostly. So
From what I can tell, your main weapon of choice really is YouTube. Your YouTube is hard body. Like it's a lot on there. It's a lot to get through. But there's like extra stuff on there. Like before you drop a song, you usually have like a preview, like a short video. Like when you're going into a release mode, let's say putting out music, putting out videos, how heavy are you involved in that process of like responding to comments, dropping previews? Like what kind of importance do you press on that?
I'm always trying. I'm making a point to respond to the comments because the fans, if they feel like they know you, then they're going to always be with you. You
Mm,
feel me? So most of my time, I mean, I like the messages because I don't like being that guy who has all those boosted comments just because he replied to, you feel me? He had like
yeah,
50 comments, these people, but he got 100 and he only got 100 because he replied to them. I don't know.
mm,
That's just
yeah,
a mental thing is cringy, but
yeah,
most of the time I reply in my stories or if someone tags me in a DM on a post or something like that, I'll laugh at it. Or someone tags me in a post, I'll respond to them. Nine
yeah,
times out of 10, I'll respond if you're not on some weird shit. You feel me?
yeah.
But I'll respond.
But we really like in a day and age where like one thing could be today, and then tomorrow that person you're DMing could be a star. Like it just happens so fast these days. And you've had some viral hits, some Johns that have really been out of here. Like, so how do you keep yourself grounded with all that that's going on?
Well, I know who I am. You feel me? I ain't too special. I just make music and I really play the game. I play the game more than I make
Mhm.
music. So I'm just a gamer. And I don't know. I'm always been humble. I never thought I was that grill. You feel me? I wasn't that real at sports in high school. Everyone knew me, but I wasn't like the most popular kid. So
Mhm.
I don't know. I'm just happy. So
Yeah, that's good. And the gaming is like the gaming world is booming, and it's definitely tied into the music industry. You're starting to see in-game concerts. You know what I mean? Like, people on Twitch making a ton of money. Like, how do you get into that mode where you're like, okay, I'm gonna sit down and play these games? Do you ever like break out of it and you're like, oh my god, I got to go work on music, or is that just like something that it's like regular for you? Like that's part of like what you do.
so let me show you. Let me see if I flip my camera.
Yeah, because I
So
see the chair. I see the chair you're in, so I already know what's going on.
I got the game right there in my studio. So I got my computer right here.
Mm.
And then whenever I feel like making a beat or playing, like I'm playing by myself, I'll turn the TV on, just play the game, and then I'll cook up right there. And I got my speakers right there. So
Yeah, see, that's a good way to go. It's like multitasking, you know what I mean? So it's like time is never wasted. You know what I mean? There's always like a way to make something happen for yourself. That's dope. And then like, so it's like you make it look easy, right? Especially with videos, you've been dropping video after video. and they all go. Like, you got a lot of good content, and you make it look easy. But like, is there any hurdles that you've had to jump over to get to this point?
I say the hardest part was just having the money.
Mm.
When I got out of high school, I was rapping like at towards the end of my high school, because once I was done with football, like I was like, damn, I'll just say the money part. And now I got the money. I don't really give a fuck about nothing else. You know? That was
Yeah,
just
right.
part.
Now,
So now
now it's like, how do you spend the money? And is that like, and you said you have like a marketing team now. How do you balance that? Like, how do you know where to spend, where to put things here and there? Have you gotten into like advertising, running Facebook ads, Google ads? Like, how do you actually spend the money that's coming in to support your career?
I spend my own money on like personal Instagram ads or
Yeah,
something like that. The other stuff, Alamo does that, I think, through my marketing budget. I think
yeah.
I really know. I'm not a flashy person. Like, I'm from the woods of Charlotte, North Carolina, bro. Like the woods. So
Yeah.
all I ever wanted was a house with no bugs and Wi-Fi. So I've got it. We straight.
There we go. And and now that you're starting to kind of achieve some kind of success in the game, what keeps you motivated to keep improving?
When I be hearing all this other music that be coming out, they give me motivation because it's trash. So I just be like, oh yeah,
Right.
I could do something better than that. So
If somebody asked me yesterday, they're like, "Yo, can you name 5 brand new artists
I
that
couldn't.
gets you excited?" And to be honest, I couldn't either. Like, I could think of like 1 or 2 off top, like people that I've talked to in the last few weeks, but it's definitely like, I feel like it's like everybody's on zombie mode. Like, people are just going through the motions
Yeah.
for whatever reason. But your music brings excitement. Like, there's definitely something to it that's like not just different, but it's exciting. And I could now add you to that list. Like, I feel like if somebody's like, "All right, what's a new artist that excites you?" I'm like, "Yo, you got to go check out this dude in North Carolina. He turned up, you know." And it's like, I feel like too with your music, I can't like a lot of music that's out, you could like just like describe it like somebody else's, like, oh, they kind of sound like Future, or they sound like Drake, or they sound like this, but like, you really have your own sound, and it's like definitely different. It's hip hop. Dare I even say like backpacker? Like, you be wearing a backpack in a lot of your videos. Like, how important is it to you to represent for the culture and not just like ride out trends?
Well, this is really on my parents' upbringing.
Mm,
It's just be yourself. You feel me? I always thought I was the coolest person in the world. You feel me? And I just was like, F what anybody else thinks. You feel me? I want to do what I do. Like, you feel me? I'm doing an interview with holes in my shirt, bro.
yeah.
Like, who
Yeah, and a
cares?
lot and a lot of your videos, like, and I've noticed this, even as your videos have gotten bigger and better, and the budgets have gotten bigger, and the camera's nicer, you still wearing the same type fits. You know what I mean? You got athletic gear on, you low key with it. Like, I love that because it shows that you're not on no fake type time. Like, you really do music, you live your life, and it's like, not that you don't care, but you definitely have this like element of a free spirit, I'd say. Like, yo, like, you just being yourself. The music is authentic. If you don't mind, I kind of want to go back even to some of the music, right? Like, so right off top, you got a song called Fuck a Hook, right? And what's funny to me about that song is like a lot of your songs don't really be having hooks. Like, it's really just a lot of flows, different parts that time well together. What's that formula like when you're in the studio? Like, how do you just kind of catch the flow of the beat and start rapping? I notice now you do have some more hooks here and there. Like, what's the songwriting and rapping process actually like?
Most of the time, a song will start off. I just went through some BS or like the craziest, because every time I leave the house, some bullshit happens. That's why I don't really leave the house. But every time I leave the house, something happens. And so
Yeah.
I think it's something catchy to say from that event that just took place in a
Right.
specific part of the song. It might not, most of the time I start my songs in like the middle or like the end. And
Mm,
then I'll just write from there and just start picking in pieces. And then I've had this iCloud since I was a freshman in high school. So everything
mm,
I've ever thought of rapping, ever said, I write down. So at that
okay.
point, roll from 2014 and
Jeez.
just some bars and just put it in just like that.
That's crazy. You have some early bangers, right? Like I said, Fuck a Hook's crazy, Packin', like that, some bangers, but then Tough kind of comes out of nowhere. And I'd say that's probably like your big hit What made that different? Like, what do you think set that John off the way it did?
Bro, to this day, I couldn't even tell you. I have absolutely no idea why out of all the songs that blew up, that one blew up. I'm thankful, you feel me?
Yeah.
But I don't know. I have no clue. I dropped the song, let's say in February, right, of
Mm.
2019. I didn't shoot a video for it till September because I didn't really like the song like that. Video for it, I had to post it on my Instagram 4 times. So at that fourth time, the algorithm was threw off because every time I posted before, the audio was messed up.
Oh wow.
So I just basically treated it as a dub. I never promoted it. I think I sent it in the Adam 22, the little no jumper thing where he
Yeah,
reacts. I sent it into that, and then he was like, "It's cool." You
yeah.
feel me?
Yeah.
Adam, you feel me? And then that was it. And then you feel me? I was at work in December, and I'll never forget. I went outside. I was shooting some hoops. It was cold as hell,
Mm.
and I'm like, bro, like this shit sucks, bro. Next thing you know, somebody's like, bro, your song on TikTok is blowing up. It's got 1 million. Da 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 da. And I would just like the message because I didn't even know what TikTok was. Like I had no
Yeah.
clue. And
Yeah,
then I looked.
it came out of nowhere, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it came out. Well, I had knew about TikTok, but I didn't know that it was at the point where it was.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, Jacob from Alamo, my A&R, he called me, and then that's when I started to figure out that my song blew up. To this day, I
Yeah.
still haven't seen the videos, so
That's
I don't.
crazy. But I noticed that like when you post the song, it does numbers. Like let's not cap. Like you do some numbers, but then when you drop the video, like people love it. I don't know. Maybe it's like that they see themselves in your character. You know what I mean? It's like people are like, okay, this guy's real. This is somebody that's like if he's doing it, I could do it. You know? And it's like, yeah. And
I want
I feel like you're inspiring people out here, whether you know it or not. You definitely are.
most definitely because I tell anybody, it don't matter what you look like, you can rap, no matter.
Yeah. Oh man, that's for sure. And that's one thing at our website that we really gravitate towards is spitters. For the real rappers out there, the real spitters, like you definitely represent properly for that body of artists in the game. So I want to talk about a couple more of the videos, right? You had like a whole series of videos that all started including special effects, like kind of out of nowhere, like dotting up, same me, out of my body. But I really want to talk about Y2K is like a movie. Like how involved are you in the treatments of the videos, and what's the process like from start to finish as you start getting into having plots and special effects and stuff like that? What's the process like?
I am I'm in like 0% of any of the videos, ideally wise. I just be like, look, bro, here's a song, go ahead and go crazy. You feel me? Because I trust my cameraman like that. One
Yeah.
of my got really recruited by this YouTuber named Eric,
Mm.
and he's his editor, which he gets paid way more than I was paying him. You feel me? So
Yeah.
I'm happy for my boy. And so my other guy, LK, I just tell him, bro, I'm like, here's a song, and I trust what they're gonna do with it, and then they tell me what to do in the video. I bet, and I just do that. So on the whole creative process of a video, I ain't got no say on that. You feel me? I don't really have the idea for.
But you've had a nice run. The videos have gotten bigger and better as they gotten along. And then comes the 92520 project, comes like an actual like album, a real body of work. How did you know it was time to drop like a full project like that? And then what like kind of inspired you to title it after the date with everything that was going on in the world last year?
Alamo said, I think it's time to drop a mixtape. So I was like, all right. I wanted to be different, and I ain't never seen nobody use a date for a mixtape. So
Yeah.
I just date, and that's what I had been doing for all of my other albums. And they would Alamo specifically would let me do a date this time because they wanted to do something else. You feel me? But I know next time I'm gonna do a date.
That's tight. That's tight. And that album, first of all, shout out to Alamo. I mean, they really nurture a lot of good young talent. That's definitely a great place for young artists to be. Shout out to them. The 92520 project, it's really got this like the whole album has a bounce. Like you could really ride out to that, John. I want to talk about the song right now with Young Nudie, who also has seen a lot of success on TikTok and has kind of come up the last couple of years, you know, with good music and social media. How did y'all lock in? How did that song come together? What was that like?
I just made the song. I said, sent it to Jacob, my A&R. I'm like, bro, I want to get Nudie on this.
Yeah.
A week later, Nudie got on it. So that was that. And then we shot a video
Yeah.
maybe a month later. And that was that. It really wasn't. I never even hit him on IG. You feel me? I spoke to him at the video shoot, but that was about it. We didn't even record it at the same place, different, all that. We didn't even, I'm pretty sure he didn't even know what he was going to get. You feel me? He was like, bro,
Yeah,
somebody sent you a feature, bro. And he was probably like, oh, fuck it, let me hear it.
yeah,
And then he just did his thing on it.
for sure. Hey, look, teamwork makes the dream work. You know what I mean? I tell a lot of young artists that, like, if you want to get further and achieve more goals in the game, you got to get a good team around you.
Most
Whether it's management or A&R, like, or even cameramen, like you said, that you trust. It's like you got to have the team. It's everything in the world. And now you got another project out 1 year later, which I like that name. I think that, like, kind of, even though it's a little bit past,
a
September
lot
20.
past. Yeah, a
Yes,
lot past.
but I get, what y'all was going for. And one thing that caught my ear is, like, most of the tracks on this project, I feel like have a faster tempo, like a little bit higher BPM than some of the stuff you've done before. Was that like a conscious decision to, like, pick it up a notch? Like, how did the track selection go for this project?
Um, Most definitely, I wanted to pick up the BPM. Most definitely the BPM. When I've been cooking now recently, I've been in the 190, 180 range.
Hey, let's go. Let's go.
One of the songs I made, Rent Free, I think is at like 170.
Yeah.
So I think I found a little flow around that range. So yeah, I actually did want to increase the tempo on the tape. But as far as like finding the beats, there was no, it was just whatever was hard, you feel me?
Yeah.
Whatever hard at the time, we gonna use that. But
And I
most
see what
definitely,
Yeah, and I see what you're saying about the melodies, like the loops or whatever, like the melodic elements of the beats are crazy. Like, they don't sound like really nothing that I've heard on anybody else's music. Like, I could definitely see you going through beats and being like, okay, this is hard, but it's also kind of out of here. It's a little different. Like, the beat selection in general that you've had throughout your whole catalog, but especially this new project, beat selection is totally on point. Like, salute to you as, like, I would say, like a rapper slash A&R. Like, you really, like, might have a future in that and picking beats for not just for yourself but for other artists, because
definitely.
it's so consistent and so dope. I love the two new videos for the week. Crazy cinematic, you know what I mean? Like, definitely an upgrade. I love it. Crazy cinematic upgrade. Like, yo, you're definitely, like, at that, like you said, at that really high level of quality now. Maybe you could talk about the process of making these couple new videos, and then also, I love it. How did that come together? Like, that's a crazy collaboration. Like, you guys are both riding that beat so perfectly. So maybe you could talk about the two new videos and then that song real quick.
For the week, my cameraman had rented out this building
Mm.
that happened to look like that. Like that was a rent, like people rent out that little area or wherever I shot it at. And it was in Concord, North Carolina. Once you leave Charlotte, North Carolina, it's country. Like
Yeah.
Charlotte is already itself a little country, but once you leave outside of Charlotte, it gets country. So we pull up to this place and it's actually in North Carolina used to be selling cotton and stuff. So it's like an old cotton little place. So you walk in there, you just see cotton everywhere, just like cotton, cotton. I'm just like, damn, this place kind of little. You feel me? And so
Yeah.
next thing you know, we go inside and it's just like a whole. It looks like For the Week. Like it looks like this is where For the Week will be
Yeah.
shot. Violins going on in the background, and this, that, and the third. So that one was like, I love it. That was a whole circus because I made that song in January.
Mm.
I wanted to drop that song ASAP in January, but Alamo wanted to get a feature, and they convinced me. They, you feel me? I didn't want to do it at first, but they got me to do it. Originally, we had Spot 'em Got 'em on it,
Oh, wow,
but
he's tight.
yeah, Spot 'em Got 'em on it, but something happened, and we weren't able to get him. And so last minute, I was just like, let's do Josiah, because
Yeah.
everyone had told us that we should do a song together. We re-rapped like, and I actually thought he was hard. Not too many people I think is pretty good, but I really think Josiah is hard. And so got him on there. Then I flew out to LA for literally a day, shot the video. Most of my videos maybe take an hour,
Mhm.
maybe. We was there from like 4 to 12.
That's a banger though. Like, yo, salute to y'all. Y'all both. I mean, that's just like a really good collab. Like you said, it's like something that you probably didn't even expect. But him and his crew, they got that similar vibe where they have them super hard beats, but then come off rapping, and you're like, it's almost like a trick. You know what I mean? It's like a trick shot. Like, it's like you don't really expect it, you think something wavy's gonna happen, but then the rap come and it's like, okay, this is real hip hop right here.
Right.
For the people that's tuning into your new project, is out now, is waving out, numbers going up. But from your standpoint, like what's like, let's say maybe one of your favorite tracks on there, or maybe one of your favorite experiences in making the project. Maybe you can kind of talk about some of your favorite moments on the record real quick.
I got a song with Now Waves. I don't know if you've heard of him, but he's produced for Lil Baby and a whole lot of other people. And we basically started off rapping together. I guess you could say he was a producer. So he's been producing and doing all this stuff since we were 15. And long story short, we in the studio, right? This crazy ass studio. We in here cooking. He got the best melody of all time going on. And we cooked up Unpredictable. That's on my tape. And I just thought that was cool because my boy Jacob, that was the first time I met Jacob, my A&R as well. He came to Charlotte and we was just cooking up that day. And I just thought it was crazy how literally the next day I recorded this song and I'm like, bro, we was just cooking up in here. So.
All right, we're going to tell the people to look for that. Project is out now. It's crazy. I've been grooving to it. What's like coming next? Like you know, throughout the end of the year, top of 2022, like what's next? I guess some shows, videos, like what you got coming down the pipe?
Really just outdoing what I did before, just trying to give y'all the best music I can, straight quality, and really just leveling up. Really on producing side, next year I want to put out, most of the music I put out is produced by me. That's what I want to do.
Yeah, and producers always want to know like what program you're using, how you making beats.
Oh, FL.
Okay, FL. There you go. Bang out. Any like VSTs that you like, or you just pretty much like going in on the drums?
Oh, Omnisphere, Serum, Analog, Splice.
Yeah.
I always be using Gross Beat to flip up my.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Gross Beat is like the most underrated tool in production. Like I don't think there's a single song in the past few years that's been hot that doesn't have Gross Beat. Like,
Gross Beat.
Yeah,
Right?
It's crazy.
Crazy.
But yeah, that's tight. That's tight that you're gonna focus on production. I think, I always say like the hotter the beat, the hotter the song. But then if you're like coming into a songwriter's, rapper's perspective with the mind of a producer, it's only gonna be up for you in 2022. Yeah, it's only up.
Because I know exactly how I want the beat. The beat carries the song a long way.
Yeah.
Exactly how I want the beat, and then I got the bars for it. So most definitely.
So what's coming more further down the line? Like, where do you see this music taking you? What are some like future goals that you might have?
It's gonna sound crazy, but like, I just want to honestly just keep making music, keep making money. My life is really complete. You feel me? There's really nothing else I want. I got a roof over my head, and then I got the new game system, and my mom's taken care of. You feel me? So like,
yeah, amen.
you feel me? I don't really want too much more after that. I'm good.
And what about like with the production and everything? Is there any artists that you would want to collab with? Is there like any dream collabs, whether it's like somebody on your team or somebody that's a superstar? What's like a dream collab?
A dream collab would most definitely be Chase the Money, because that's that's really like my favorite producer. Like them 808s, bro, like that's just crazy. But or you know who Narco is? Narco Wave? Narco Wave. He's done some songs with Migos, but he's like a dream collab I would like to do. But I just feel like I would piss them off because I do what producers aren't supposed to do. You feel me? Like I don't be using the rules that producers follow, and I feel like I would piss somebody off. Somebody would be like, "Bro, your EQ is off, or your 808s are out of key," or you feel me? And I just don't even want to do that because I'm like, they probably right. I just go off of how it sounds. So
yeah, you gotta trust your ears, trust your instincts. Just a lot of blessings coming your way, man. I feel it. Like you definitely an artist on the rise. Looking back on your career, is there like any advice you could give to some of these young artists out there to like get to the point where you're at right now?
Hey man, fuck what anyone has to say. Dead ass, bro.
Yeah.
Fuck what anybody has to say. Dead ass. Who gives a fuck, bro? Like real shit. Because everyone gets discouraged. Don't get discouraged by Instagram. Just because you see someone doing some shit, that doesn't mean that you can't do that shit. It just means your time hasn't come yet. So I want everyone to stop being discouraged and thinking that just because, don't be discouraged, you can make it. Just stay focused. F what anybody else got to say because they lame too. I promise you, everyone is going through some embarrassing shit. They just you might know it. You feel me? Everyone's going through something. So I just want people to realize that. Calm down.
Yeah.
Life is, you feel me? Don't overreact. It's not going to happen in a day. It's not going to happen in the next 30 seconds. It takes time, and your time will come.
You got to keep it real out here. And definitely what you said about don't be discouraged. I always call it the angel devil theory. Like when the angels is pulling you up, the devil's going to pull you right back down. You know what I mean? So you just got to stay level, and you're definitely.
You can't get too happy. You can't get too high. Most definitely.
Yeah.
Too high. You feel me? All that, you got to humble yourself. Always humble yourself, but don't get discouraged at the same time.
You got to be in it for the long haul. You got to love what you do. And you're an artist that embodies that. Like you really out here doing what you love, making it happen. So salute to you.